Hello, welcome to the Cool Reader Show. I'm your host, Johnny Duckett, and today we have some fantastic cool readers that's going to tell you about a book that they've read. The first student we're going to start off with is Miss Tyriana Davis. How you doing, Tyriana?
Good.
Okay, now tell me, what school are you coming from?
Forest Park Elementary School.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
5th.
All right, now tell me, what book do you have for us today?
Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss.
Okay, now what I'm going to get you to do is tell me a little bit about the places you go.
It's about the character is like telling you, like, don't be afraid to choose where you want to go, and it's your choice.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to get you to do, Tyriana, is could you read me some pages from The Places You Go?
Yes. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy, you'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainly as footsie as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, don't just go right along, you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You don't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done.
Okay, I want to thank you for that reading, Tyriana. It seems like it's really easy to read when everything rhymes. I guess that's the good thing about Dr. Seuss, isn't it? He likes to rhyme everything. Now tell me, did you learn any lessons from that book?
Yes.
What lessons did you learn?
Like, don't listen to what people say, and you could do what you want to do.
Yeah. All right. Now, what was the most exciting part? Which part did you like the best?
It was when the character said, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose.
Oh, that's a good answer. Now, tell me, have you read any other books by Dr. Seuss?
Yes, I have read Green Eggs and Ham, and I think that's about it.
Okay. Now, tell me, where is your most favorite place to read?
In the library.
Okay. I want to thank you for that. And now we're going to go to our next co-reader. And our next co-reader is Miss Maylee Diaz. How you doing, Maylee?
Good.
Okay, now tell me what school are you coming from?
Forest Park Elementary School,
Okay, and what grade are you in?
5th grade,
And how old are you?
11.
Okay. Now tell me, what book do you have for us today?
It's called The Blossoming Universe of Violet Diamond by Brenda Woods.
Well, that's a long title. The
Yes.
Blossoming Universe of...
Violet Diamond.
Okay. Now could you tell me a little bit about the Blossoming Universe?
Well, it's about a girl named Violet, and her dad died. So, she went with her grandma to like spend quality time with her because she didn't know much about her grandma, and now she knows more about her.
Okay. Now, Maylee, could I get you to read some pages from the Blossoming...
Universe of Violet Diamond.
Blossoming Universe of Violet Diamond.
Chapter 1, The Puzzling Universe of Violet Diamond. Did you ever have a dream that's so good you wish you could save it forever instead of having it go back to that place in your mind where dreams become quieter than whispers, quiet like snowflakes falling? And it's such an awesome dream that makes you so happy that right after you wake up, you rush to write it down because you can't just let it evaporate into nothing. Did you ever have a dream like that? Last night I did. In my dream, I was walking along one of those picture-perfect beaches you see in vacation ads, where seals sunbathe on rocks and tropical fish swim in see-through blue water. In the distance, dolphins leap from the ocean, and even though it was daytime and the sun was shining bright and crescent moon hung in the sky, my mom was on one side, my dad was on the other, holding hands. Daisy, my older sister, was walking ahead of us. In my dream, we all looked alike, same skin, same hair, same big white teeth that gleam when we smile. Barefoot people walked by us on the beach and smiled. Everyone could tell just by looking at us we were a family. There were no question marks in their eyes, no looks on their faces that remind me of puzzles with missing pieces, no under the microscope stares. But the absolute best part of the dream was that my dad was there with us. I snuggled close to him, his arm hugged my shoulder, and he looked at me with love in his eyes. Then my alarm went off and I woke up. Outside the rain was pouring and a nearby lightning strike lit my room like a camera flash. I grabbed my 500-page journal where I write down words I've never heard before along with their definitions, list of all sorts of things, and my wishes that never seem to come true. I read the first wish I've ever written. I wish my dad was alive instead of dead. Somehow my wish had found its way into my dream. I flipped to some blank pages at the back, started a new section called Dreams I Always Wanted to Remember, and I began scribbling down the dream. Suddenly I stopped writing and thought about the dream at the beach. My dad holding my hand, the smile that was in his eyes. Father's Day, a day I sometimes wish didn't exist, was coming up. I could feel my dream happiness vanish and the sadness coming, and even though I tried hard not to let them, all at once the gloomy clouds from outside got sucked in through my ears and invaded my brain. Did you know violets actually shrink? They do, and I did.
Okay. Now, I want to thank you for that, Maylee. Let me ask you a question. Was that book easy to read?
Yes.
Okay. Would you recommend that to your classmates?
Yes.
Now, if there was any part of that book that you could change, what would you change?
That when her dad died.
Yeah, you really don't wish that on anybody, does it?
No.
Okay. Now, which was your favorite character?
Violet.
So you really like Violet? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, and she kept a 500-page journal.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Do you keep a journal?
Yeah, but I don't really write in it that much.
Okay, good deal. Now, tell me which place is your favorite place to read?
Like a quiet place and like in my house.
Okay. Now, do you think that book would make a good movie?
Yes, because like when I read this book, the first time that I read it, I can like picture it in my mind. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, how does reading books help you in your spare time? How does reading books in your spare time help you when it comes to doing your classwork?
It helped me because there's like new words that I didn't know, and like if there's new words that I don't know in like my classwork, then I know it because I read the book.
Great answer. Okay, we want to thank you for that, Maylee. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a small break, and then we'll be right back with another cool reader.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back to the Cool Reader Show. We have another cool reader just waiting to be interviewed. And the young lady we have today is Miss Sanaya Bird. How you doing today, Sanaya?
Good.
Okay, and then tell me what school are you coming from?
Forest Park Elementary,
And tell me what grade are you in?
5th,
And how old are you?
11.
Okay. Now tell me, what book do you have for us today, Sanaya?
Fancy Nancy and the Posh Puppy.
That's Nancy and the
Fancy
Posh-
Nancy.
Oh, Fancy Nancy and the Posh Puppy. Okay. Now can you tell me a little bit about Fancy Nancy and the Posh Puppy?
It's about how Fancy Nancy wanted a Papillon, but when she had babysitted one, she said they was too much work and it's not perfect for her. But then at the end, she had went to the dog shelter and she had found the right dog for her.
Oh, so she did some dog babysitting. And what was the name of what kind of dog is it?
A Populon.
A Populon? Okay, it must be a little dog or something. Okay, and so she got one from the dog shelter. Okay. Now, can I get you to read some pages from Fancy Nancy and the Posh Puppy?
Yes. I am ecstatic. That's a fancy word for happy. We're going to get a puppy, a real one. I hope we get a Populon, like our neighbor's dog. You say it like this, Papillon. In French, it means butterfly. I help Mrs. Devine take care of Jewel. We take her to the beauty salon. We buy her newest symbols. That's a fancy word for clothes. Populons are so posh. That's a fancy word for fancy. There's only one problem. My parents, Populons, like to stay indoors. My dad says they're too little and delicate. My mom says, what about one of these dogs? I shake my head. Too big, too brown, too plain. Sometimes it's hard being the only fancy person in the family. Then I get an idea that is spectacular. That's a fancy word for great. We can puppy sit for Jewel. My parents say okay, so does Mrs. Devine. My family will see how happy we'll be with a Populon puppy. I introduce Jewel to my doll, Maribel. I show my sister how to groom Jewel and how to scoop her poop. My sister wants to hold and kiss Jewel. I tell her, you must be gentle. What a responsible girl you are, my mom says. Some dog is going to be very lucky. Mercy, I say. That's French for thank you. 2 of my friends are walking their dogs. Come over to my house, I say. I'm puppy sitting all the dogs and can play together. Rusty splashes in the wading pool. Jewel hides behind my legs. Skimp plays fetch. Go, Jewel. Go get the ball, I yell. Jewel looks at me. She gets exhausted pretty quickly. I tell my friends that's a fancy word for tired. While Jewel gets her beauty rest, we have refreshments. Oh no, look what my sister is doing. Poor Jewel is terrified. Mom, come quick. Jewel is going to be sick. When we get our Populon, I'm not letting her near it, I say. My mom whispers, she doesn't know better. She was trying to be nice, I know that. We take Jewel back to her house. She is a perfect dog for Mrs. Devine, but maybe she isn't the perfect dog for us. I'm so sad. I hardly get fancy when we go to the King's Crown for dinner. On the way home, we drive by the animal shelter. Let's take a look, my mom says. All those dogs need a family to love them. I asked the lady, are there any fancy dogs here? And she says, I think I have just the dog for you. She's funny and playful and smart and cuddly. Her name is Frenchie. Frenchie, I like the sound of that. Frenchie runs right to me and jumps on my lap. She likes it when my sister hugs her. Frenchie is the perfect dog for us. My dad says Frenchie is a La Salle Spaniel. That is a very unique breed. Unique is a fancy word for one of a kind. You know what? Maybe that's even better than fancy.
Okay, now that seems like a very exciting book. It has a lot of big words in it, don't it? Now Jewel was the dog she was babysitting, and Frenchie is the dog that she's getting from the animal shelter. Okay, good job. Now tell me, did you learn any lessons from this book?
Yes, I learned that Sometimes you think something is perfect for you, but sometimes you notice that it's not.
Okay, you just have to accept the fact that it's not, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Now, what was the most exciting part of this book? What did you really like about this story?
When she had got the dog that was perfect for her.
Little Frenchie. Okay. Was it easy to read?
Yes.
Would you recommend this book to your classmates?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if there's anything you could change about Fancy Nancy and Posh Puppy, what would you change?
I would change the part when her sister was handling the dog the wrong way.
Okay. Do you have a dog? Little dog? You got a little dog? You got a big dog?
Yeah, it's a big dog.
Okay. Now, tell me where's your favorite place to read?
Outside on a sunny day.
Okay. Now tell me how does reading in your spare time help you when it comes to doing your classwork at school?
I learn new words and then I add them to my vocabulary.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I want to thank all the students from Forest Park that came. I especially want to thank Ms. Snyder, who was very instrumental in getting the students here, and I want to thank Ms. Pena, who is the parent involvement coordinator over at Forest Park, for helping out and bringing them over to the station. And I want to thank you for watching the Cool Reader Show.